Now to our top story. No one has seen Carrie Allen since November 19th. It's been 18 days since this Omaha mother of one and friend to many simply vanished. Today, her loved ones are one step closer, hopefully, to getting some answers. We continue our coverage of breaking news here on First at 3. The man wanted for kidnapping Carrie Allen is in custody, but outside of the country. 47-year-old Aldrick Scott was apprehended yesterday for an arrest warrant for kidnapping and accessory to a felony. The fugitive was found in Belize. That is a country in Central America, some 2,500 miles away from Omaha. And take a look at your screen. He was found in that country by a local citizen, despite Scott changing his appearance. On the left, you see a photo that was attached to the arrest warrant from a few weeks ago. On the right is a photo from last night after his capture. As you see, he shaved his head and most of his facial hair. Joining me now live from the newsroom is 6 News' own Brian Mastry. Brian, he's now in custody, but he's still a long ways away from Nebraska. What do we know about the extradition process for getting Scott back here into the States and presumably eventually here to Omaha?
Dave, let me walk you through this. As one law enforcement source told me this afternoon, it's a good thing he picked Belize. That's because Belize and the United States have had an extradition treaty for some 20 years. This is a copy of it right here, meaning that if someone is picked up for a serious crime and kidnapping clearly fits the bill, there is very little that stands in the way from returning that fugitive. Consider this. Aldrick Scott was arrested around noon yesterday. He's already on a plane towards Houston, and eventually he'll be back in Nebraska to face those charges.
All right, so Brian, what do we know about the timeline going forward? How long might all of this take?
Well, the easy part is getting to the United States, and then there's a whole host of factors that could get in the mix of that. Once he's in Houston, he'll have an extradition hearing, but that will involve attorneys, it'll involve judges, and if he waives extradition, it's relatively easy. He will be back in Nebraska within a matter of days. But if he doesn't waive extradition, then it gets a little dicier. A governor's warrant would be issued by Pete Ricketts, and they would get that governor's warrant to Governor Abbott in Texas. Sometimes that can be 60 to 90 days. Consider this for the timeline. Just a couple of months ago, we had a similar case. An Omaha man was arrested in Des Moines, accused of killing his grandmother and great-grandmother. Well, they fought extradition there, so Iowa ended up getting a warrant from the governor here in Nebraska, and it turned out that he didn't get returned to Omaha until 2 months later. So there are a lot of variables here, Dave.
All right, Brian Mastry reporting for us live from the newsroom, giving us some great perspective. Brian, thank you very much. Coming up tonight at 5, a 6 News exclusive. Meet the man who took this photo of Aldrick Scott. Scott was working for him in Belize. Our Taylor Johnson talked with that Belize man earlier today, and you can hear her report coming up tonight at 5. And a reminder, 43-year-old Carrie Allen is still missing at this hour. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office is still actively searching for her. If you can help them in their investigation, they most definitely want to hear from you. The Sheriff's tip line number is right there on your screen.